Today, we will be interacting with our report with slicers. So we have this pie chart that represents the sum of sales by country, and this line chart that represents total sales given a certain length of time. If you haven't noticed already, you can click on each slice of the pie chart or any of the data points in the legend, and it appears to be changing our other visuals in this report. But what's going on here? Well, what's happening is that now, instead of just displaying the total number of sales over a given set of time, it's displaying the total number of sales for each country that you're clicking on, given a certain length of time. With slicers, we can dedicate a list to this functionality. To create a slicer, open up your visualization pane and click Slicer. With the data pane open, click on the data points that you want your slicer to use. With this slicer, we can see the revenue from each individual country thanks to our pie chart, and we can also see those sales given a certain length of time thanks to our line chart. There's a couple of tools that we can use to format this slicer, including the header and values, which will affect how these values look, as well as slicer settings, which affects how the slicer actually works. These settings include the orientation of the slicer, as well as how you interact with each of the data points. I wanted to finish off this video by describing how these selection settings work. So by default, this multi-select row while holding Control will be enabled. This means that in order to select multiple options from this slicer, you will have to press and hold the Control button. You may choose to disable this feature, which means you will not have to press and hold Control in order to select multiple options. If you don't want your user to select multiple items at a time, then you would enable this single select feature, which only allows the user to select one item at a time. And finally, we have the ability to add a select all button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.